as
You didn't know?
You can say we are the in crowd.
They got 2 words for you!
Acknowledge us.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, Stadium Rant proudly presents to you the most electrifying wrestling show in the world. We are your hosts, The Big Show, Shake and Bake, the Nard Dog Bernard Green, and the Professor Nicholas Mullick. We're the Ringside Boys. This is Ringside Rant. We got a whole lot going on tonight, gentlemen. A lot to talk about. Happy Halloween to everybody. Who's a fan? I can take it or leave it. Nicholas, same kind of way.
Ugh.
Whatever.
Most overrated holiday not named Valentine's Day. That's all I gotta say.
Lot of Halloween lovers, whatever. I don't agree with you, but have fun if you're enjoying it. Whatever. Mostly a kid's holiday, in my opinion, but adults really like to get after it as well. A lot of news going on. Dominic Mysterio admits something he probably shouldn't have. A lot of AEW news going on, an injury to a phenomenal couple of wrestlers. Bobby Lashley has made his debut in another company not named WWE. We will get to where he landed. You probably already saw it. If you don't, we'll talk about it. Nick Gage, kind of not great story, but we kind of knew what was going on there. We'll talk a little bit about what happened at Halloween Havoc. And then, of course, before we end the show, we're going to run through the predictions. Crown Jewel, ladies and gentlemen, is this Saturday at 1 p.m. We're going to be live streaming like we usually do for these type of events. It's a pretty big card. They like to go big for these Saudi shows. But, gentlemen, before we get into it, how we doing?
Doing good. First things first, I want to shout out Ruby Soho and Angelo Parker. They just had their daughter. Well, congratulations on the new addition to the family. That's the best news of the week, in my opinion. That's awesome. Just congratulations to both of them. But how are you, Bernard?
I'm doing good. I'd like to give a shout out to Rhea Ripley. Hopefully another speedy recovery. Rhea Ripley, it sucks that you got injured. Happy Halloween, everybody. I just looking forward to this weekend in Crown Jewel. How about you, Shake Bake?
Man, it's going to be awesome. Crown Jewel should be a stacked show. We're going to save that more towards the end.
Right.
So let's kind of see what we got. Let's start with some AEW stuff. I know Nicholas did mention Ruby Soho and Angela Parker having a daughter. Congratulations to them. Little bit of unfortunate news. Elio del Vikingo, however you want to pronounce it. He got injured. That's unfortunate. Watching the way he wrestles sometimes, I got to be honest, I'm surprised he's not dead. this man goes balls to the wall and does crazy stuff. Luckily, it's weird to say. Luckily, he's only injured. But, yeah, also Chris Bay, there was an injury there from TNA. So, some unfortunate injury news. Rhea Ripley, probably the biggest name on the IR list right now. And it's not like some phony injury. She broke her face.
Yeah, she broke her face. Probably broke The Rock's eyebrow too with the X-rays that were shown because it was around the eyebrow region. Man, that really sucks. It sounds like it happened a week previously too, which I don't even know how the heck she even was able to wrestle a week afterwards. Or they must have known something was going on. It goes to show how much of a legit tough woman Rhea Ripley is. But, I don't know if it was the headbutt to Raquel or the headbutt to Liv Morgan where she got hurt from. I don't want to know because it's a freaking headbutt. And we all know, unless you're Samoan, headbutt ain't going to run too well for you. But, yeah, it sucks.
Tough loss, Bernard. Oh, you shouted her out, but there was also a debut in AEW. Kind of teased it before we even got into it. Bobby Lashley is all elite. Not that anybody's really surprised about that, unless you aren't like a consistent wrestling fan and you just check in from time to time. That probably popped you, but I don't know. It's cool to see him back in the wrestling ring again. Am I buying a ticket to an AEW show because Bobby Lashley's there? No. But, hopefully he can have some fun towards the end of his career. Let's be honest. He's towards the end of his career. And he gets to be with the Hurt Business again, which he clearly felt had some unfinished business. So good for him.
My advice to him, probably not the best idea for him to have too much creative control with some of the nonsense. What was he thinking? Something about like him and Gunther having like a racist sort of feud. I don't know what the heck he was thinking. Blurting that out. But yeah, I'm glad he's all elite. Most predictable. It was predictable the moment MVP showed up that he was arriving. But yeah, I'm excited to see what he does here after WWE dropped the ball on the Hurt Business stuff. So
yeah, and that was kind of tough too, because it seemed like they really wanted to do something with Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin specifically, and it's just like it never went anywhere. And they pushed Bobby Lashley; he got a world championship, but that was really all that happened there.
Yeah, and then they stupidly decided to put MVP with Omos, who's terrible. No offense to Omos, he's a nice guy,
wonderful guy.
He is a really wonderful guy. And from the up, down, down, he's on there a lot now. He seems like a chill dude. And I feel bad for him for not liking him in the ring, but he just doesn't have... He reminds me a lot of Giant Gonzalez, but his knees are knackered like Giant knees were when he was 9. So, yeah.
Yeah, so, I mean, Bernard, what are you feeling about that?
Well, Bobby Lashley, good for him. Again, fresh start for him. MVP and Shelton Benjamin. I think this faction could be good for AEW because, like I said, I don't watch AEW, but I think AEW needs some pieces right now. And hopefully Tony Khan gets his act together. But good for Bobby Lashley. Good for all three guys. Looking forward to see what they can do. I think maybe Lashley might get maybe at least one more world championship run. Maybe going after AEW World Championship. Who knows? I think he deserves it. But we'll see. We'll see how it plays out.
Who do you want to be the 4th member? Because in the Hurt Business in WWE, there's 4 members, and Cedric Alexander already signed a contract with WWE, and B, he's married to Big Swole, so even if he was a free agent, I heavily doubt he would join that company.
Right.
If you know the Big Swole controversy. I got a name for everyone that I think would make a lot of sense as the 4th member. Powerhouse Hobbs. I know he's hurt at the moment, but I think Powerhouse Hobbs at this spot would be, I think, the best option. I mean, I'm about at that point where I'm almost about ready to give up on Powerhouse Hobbs because they've been pushing him for years, and it's just not working. But him in this faction would be really interesting. I want to see what you guys think. You think Powerhouse Hobbs would be great?
Him. Also thinking Kenny King. Kenny King from TNA.
Moose
that might be a good
TNA
one.
would be fun too.
Right.
Because it's clear TNA is letting guys go. I mean, Jordan Grace is gone, that's for sure. Joe Henry's absolutely gone. Everyone's leaving. I wouldn't be shocked if Josh Alexander leaves for Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling. Because Scott D'Amore started that promotion there, and a lot of people in TNA liked him. So, yeah, it's not a good time to be a TNA fan right now. Then again, who watches TNA? But it's going to be interesting to see how the Hurt Business goes from here. I'm very interested in what they do, but I have to say Tony Khan needs to get his act together. And I love Tony Khan the person. I'm not disrespecting the man. And those that do on social media really need to get like a full-time job because some of the stuff they tweet about him is just ridiculous. I'm serious. Like if you go on the X and on the Facebook and you see the stuff they post about him, it's like, come on, he ain't that level. And listen, they're acting like Eric Bischoff, who's a complete malcontent every time I read his posts. But I just hope he gets his act together booking wise. But they got a legit chance to make money here, and I'm excited.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see where they go. Little bit last touch on the international, and by international I mean a different company. The interpromotional conversation. Yeah, Nick Gage. He's going to rehab. He's no longer part of GCW for the betterment of his mental and physical health. Let's be honest. GCW is a little bit of a gong show. It's a very niche market. The people that love it, but it's not a mainstream thing. And good for him for getting help. It's not easy to do that, make that step for yourself. It's a very, very difficult change. And I hope you get what you're looking for, man. And I hope we can see you back in the ring soon.
If you watch his Dark Side of the Ring episode, you can understand why he's this guy who's involved in the deathmatch wrestling scene, and just watch the blood that comes out of those matches. And fun fact for you guys, this guy flatlined for 7 minutes while wrestling in a match called the Tournament of Death. What happened was there was light bulbs around the ring. He got thrown out of the ring with the light bulb. A piece of the light bulb went up his armpit, or it hit an artery or something.
Oh.
And in the Dark Side of the Ring, there's footage of this. When he lifts his arm, blood's gushing. He wanted to finish the match. He was angry that he couldn't finish the match. And then when he got taken to the back, he had to be airlifted because they're in the middle of the woods in Delaware. Because there's laws where you can't hold this type of thing. And there should be laws that never allow this in the United States. I mean, let's be real here. And he flatlined for 7 minutes. That's no wonder this guy was addicted to pills.
I mean, yeah, at a certain point, if anybody's shocked, you gotta reevaluate the way you look at things. Let's be honest. That's what I said about Jeff Hardy for so many years when people were like, "Oh my God, I can't believe he's a drug addict." I was like, "You can't?"
Seen the bumps this man's taken?
I'm like, the reason you scream and yell and cheer and jump up and down is the reason he's a drug addict. It is the same thing. And some fans don't realize what these people are actually putting themselves through because they have this, it's fake lens. They're not legit storylines. It's not legit competition. But these guys are flying through the fucking air. That's not fake. There's no cables. They are flying through the air. And if they miss, it hurts. And if they hit, it hurts.
It's crazy. And the thing about Nick Gage too is, and I'll tell you a story. Everything he was making went right to the drugs because of the amount of abuse that took on his body. And you have to be crazy, legit nuts in the head to do what Nick Gage does. It's insane. He uses barbed wires, real life glasses, cement blocks. I don't even know how this stuff's legal. It should be illegal. I got another story I want to tell you about Nick. You heard about him robbing a bank?
No.
Yes, he legitimately robbed a bank. So what happened was, in the Dark Side of the Ring, which I strongly recommend you guys watch, he was at his low point. He was homeless. He had no money. Brett Lauderdale, who was the owner of GCW, Nick Gage snuck into his house while he was out of town just to sleep the night, and he caught him being in there, and he kicked him out and his girlfriend. So Gage was walking around in 10-degree Fahrenheit weather, and he basically said to himself, "I need to rob a bank in order to get money." First bank he tried, but he had second thoughts and walked away. The second bank he walked by, he basically just goes in, hands the teller a note, gives the money up, leaves the bank. Problem was, he didn't even wear a mask. And his gimmick, he wears a mask going into the ring. This guy doesn't even think. And then and there was cameras everywhere, and he was staring at the cameras. You want to know what his number one thing was right when he got caught and he showed Brett Lauderdale everything? You know what he did?
No.
He went to the nearest casino. He spent every single cent that he robbed.
Yeah, I mean, listen, addiction and like all that type of stuff, like homelessness, that'll drive you to do crazy things, man. It's
And
not,
the
it's not
the
good.
worst part was when he was in jail for, I think it was a 10-year sentence, if I remember correctly. He got out, everything was good. He was still failing drug tests, and
Nice.
I mean, it's not a surprise he's having these issues. But the one thing I will respect Nick Gage was he seems to be in a better place than he was at that time. But I'm glad he's getting help, because something had to have happened where he had to fall back into the drugs or the alcohol, and now he's going to rehab. But I think the most important thing is too, and why this is a big deal, is Nick Gage is GCW. He was like one of the only rare wrestlers signed to a contract with that company, which,
Yeah.
like, Brett Lauderdale hates contracts, and he's tweeted about it. He's said it in interviews. He hates signing wrestlers to contracts. Only time he did it was Nick Gage, which will probably be the last contract he signs. And now he's going to go to rehab, and now he's not wrestling in GCW anymore just to get help, which is great. I hope he's doing well, and I'm dragging this on too long, and I'm sorry.
All right, here we go, fellas. We're gonna hop right into little. Oh, I almost said black and gold. It's not black and gold anymore. It's silver
Like
and
silver
black.
and black.
It is the Los Angeles Raiders of professional wrestling.
I wouldn't say that. The Raiders are incompetent. NXT is not. Is
Well,
pretty
you know, when
competent.
they were in LA, you know, whatever. Listen, not the
Las
best
Vegas, you mean?
parallel, but it's the same colors. No, they were in LA.
Yeah, they were, but they're in Las Vegas now.
Yeah, I know. I'm saying when they were in LA.
Then Oakland, and then in Las Vegas. So
Yeah. So that's going on. And yeah, the women's division is an absolute unit. We talk about that a lot on here, and it continues to prove to be the best women's division. You had two, what was it? 3? Yes. No, okay. 2 really big female matches with multiple women involved. I think you utilized 8 women, and it felt like all were utilized well. You built up multiple storylines at the same time. Maybe not 8. No, it was 8.
10.
Yeah.
10.
10.
Anyway, math's hard. Yeah, no, it's been really good. The whole show was really good for Halloween Havoc. I went back and watched it. Y'all reacted live. I'll let you take the reins on Halloween Havoc.
I'll go first. So overall, good show. There were a few matches that were just not great. The Rich Holland and Andre Chase match, that one was just terrible. I hated the ambulance match, and it wasn't even an ambulance. It was a Ghostbusters convertible. It was so stupid.
Hurts.
It was like a hearse or something like that. It was so stupid. My favorite match, I would have to go with probably Oba Femi and Tony D'Angelo, because Tony D'Angelo's great. I am a little nervous because I did hear Oba Femi might get called up soon, which I think is way too early. Way too early. But I don't know. Overall, good show. There were, like, I wasn't a big fan of the Kalani Jordan match. Like, it was just a throwaway.
Yeah, it was weird.
That was a weird match. And like I said, Rich Holland match, which wasn't good. But everything else was great. I love the fact that Delta, because I'm not calling her Zaraya, I think it's stupid. Delta made her debut in NXT, and I'm excited for her. What do you think, Bernard?
I think again, another huge pickup for the women's division. You know, first you sign Julia, then you sign Stephanie Becker, now you sign Zaria. Who's next you're going to sign? The NXT women's division is so on fire right now that they're going to crown jewel fighting for a WWE tag team championship, well, women's tag team championship.
Mm-hmm.
But overall, Halloween Havoc was all right. First, shout out to we got Sports for You Wrestling Podcast watching us. Congratulations, what's up, fellas? And thank you for the invite and all. Overall, Halloween Havoc, it was like a little above average. I'm a fan of the Obafemi and Tony D'Angelo match. I like that. I'm not a fan of the ambulance match, which was a hearse. I was a fan of the women's tag team match, Stephanie Vicker and Julia. I'm excited for that. And I also, believe it or not, I like that Devil's Playground match between Ethan Page and Trick Williams. They both killed it. So overall, I give it about a 5.5 stars for that match, maybe out of 10 now, out of 10. Um, and so far, I'm just looking forward to next week on NXT where they go to, I guess, ECW stomping grounds,
Yeah.
and I think they're going to tear the roof off the place. The only thing that I think they should have done with that 10 women tag team match, being that it's going ECW stomping grounds, it would have done like maybe a 10 women tag team Extreme Rules match. You talk
Yeah,
about crazy.
that would have been fun.
Yeah.
First off, I want to start my fault. I thought during the live stream, I thought it was Trick. I thought it was Ethan Page that was the champion. It was actually Trick Williams. I just want to
Trick
apologize
Williams.
saying that I made an oopsie. Professors make oopsies sometimes. Sometimes we grade people A's when we mean B's, but that happens.
Again, though.
What are you gonna do? But NXT in the ECW in Philadelphia, that's gonna be fun. I think it's confirmed RVD's going. Francine's there. Bubba Dudley is absolutely gonna wrestle a match.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's obvious.
Bubba.
I think that the FBI from ECW, the full-blooded Italians,
Full-blooded Italians.
I think they're showing up and they're going to be a part of Tony D'Angelo's court. I think that's the phone
That'd
call.
be great.
That's the phone call I think Tony D'Angelo got. Was from
That's
Nunzio.
awesome.
That's what I
I'd
think.
love to see FBI again. They were great.
I mean, they were really good. Remember the one time Nunzio, I think, faced the Undertaker and was in the last fight, and he was giving the cross symbol. It was like
They
Shane
got
McMahon
put
style.
to
It
the
was so
fucking mat.
funny. I'm excited to see what they pull off here. I doubt that he'll show up. I kind of want to see Sabu there. Sabu's always great, and he's
Yeah.
like, I don't know why WWE never books him. Like he's
I don't
really
know.
great.
I feel like he has a bad taste in his mouth for how ECW ended up being presented at WWE, and I don't know that he wants much to do with the company.
That's true. That's probably true. And they didn't really book him well in WWE. It would be cool to see the Sandman there as well. If
That would be electric.
I mean, the dude in his Dark Side of the Ring episode, I mean, that's another crazy one.
He's a lunatic. He's an absolute lunatic.
He is.
If you don't know who the Sandman is, chat, look him up.
Go watch that Dark Side of the Ring episode. Go on Stadium Rant, and I typed a whole thing about that episode. I mean, it was crazy the stuff that he admitted on there doing. But we're getting off topic here. The one other person I want to see there, and I don't know if they're going to do it because I think they're going to save him for either Crown Jewel or Survivor Series. Paul Heyman needs to be on the show.
Yes.
Either
agreed.
backstage recruiting, or maybe we get a hint of Zilla Fatu coming to NXT, where Paul Heyman comes and he's like, I got a client coming in NXT soon. And that would be Zilla Fatu.
That'd be insane. That'd be insane.
Yeah.
I agree with you 100%. In my mind, you cannot have this show in that building without Paul Heyman. Like, I get it. Maybe, like you said, you want to save him for a bigger moment. I do not care. He, in his Hall of Fame speech, said, if you think the heart and soul of ECW died in a courtroom in 2006, you could suck my fucking dick. And there's no way he is not showing up at this show. When he, okay. So also during that speech, do you guys remember how he was talking about ECW? It definitely sounded like it was coming back in some way, shape, or form.
I don't think it's coming back.
But
Vince
this
killed it
could be
immediately.
what I think he was referring to.
Probably. But yeah, ECW as a brand is pretty much done. I mean, NXT replaced ECW. People forget about that. When ECW was garbage and they wanted to change it into a reality show, they rebranded it into NXT. And then when the reality show didn't work, Papa H got in charge of it, and look at where it is today, you know?
It's actually a legitimate developmental brand. That's so crazy to think of that. Where season 1 of NXT was The Miz trying to shit on Daniel Bryan in a reality TV show.
You want to know
that
why he
was
did that?
Wild.
You want to know why he did that? This is crazy.
They didn't like him, right?
No, it's because they had heat because he was a vegan. That's why they trashed him. Apparently, you don't know about this?
Oh, that is the stupidest reason to give
Apparently,
someone
Vince
a tough time.
McMahon didn't like Daniel Bryan, because he was a vegan, and when he got brought up to Monday Night Raw, they said, "Oh, they don't like him." And Michael Cole's like, "He's a vegan. He's a weirdo. He's a nerd. He's this." Vince McMahon didn't like Daniel Bryan because he was a vegan. It's crazy to me. And then again, Vince McMahon is the definition of crazy, and I'm pretty sure if we see his tax bills, those lawyer fees are going to be crazy.
It ain't gonna be good.
Oh God! But going back to ECW, it's gonna be fun. I think it'll be fun to see all the alumni show up.
Tommy Dreamer better be there too.
Well,
Oh yeah, I love him.
Well, I used to love him until he decided to go on that plane ride from hell episode. But keep him away from Paul Heyman though, because if you look up what that man almost did to Paul Heyman at WrestleMania, like X7, I think it was, not great. You know what happened?
No.
Tommy Dreamer had a plot to kill Paul Heyman at that show.
The fuck?
Yes, he was going to sneak up behind. Paul Heyman was doing commentary. He was going to sneak up behind him with, I think, a firearm, and he was going to shoot him live on the show.
Oh,
Tommy
yeah.
Dreamer's a psychopath.
He is a psychopath. That's why I'm telling you the story. I don't know if they reconciled and are friends now, but Paul Heyman.
I don't imagine you reconcile after that. Like,
Well,
hey man,
no.
I know I said I want to shoot you on live TV, but hey, let's let bygones be bygones.
I mean, Paul Heyman did try to ruin him economically and stiff him on pay many times too. So, yeah.
Sketchy Booker, Paul Heyman.
Yeah, but I'm sorry, I'm getting off topic here. I made another oopsie. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we're good. So, I mean, today we got a little bit of time. So that's not the end of the world. Conversation's been pretty good. Dominic Mysterio, he was on Chris Van Vliet's podcast, and someone texted me over the weekend. He is never out of character. I cannot tell you a time where Dominic Mysterio is out of character. And that interview, I thought it was really good. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. Chris Van Vliet, he's awesome with his interviews. I haven't seen a single one yet where I was like, wow, that was ass. He's really good, asks really good questions and fun stuff too that'll make you laugh and have a good time. So check that out. They talked everything from does he actually love chicken tendies that much? And yes, he does. To the kiss at SummerSlam. There was a lot of things they talked about. His deadbeat dad, him looking like Eddie Guerrero, but the biggest piece of news to come out is the kiss between him and Liv is unscripted. And all I have to say is I hope Liv was in on it before he tried to do it, because I don't know if it was unscripted where they decided backstage they were going to do it and didn't tell anybody, or if Dom decided to do that off the rip. I hope they agreed on it beforehand, because that's a little better, but yeah, that's kind of wild. Considering he's married.
Yeah, and that too. And apparently the wife is okay with this, which I don't know why she's okay with this.
I mean, he's an actor, right? I feel like it's anybody that's normal that marries an actor, actress. This same stuff happens.
I mean, maybe. I mean, I've never dated before, so I have no idea. But
definitely never dated an actress. I can tell you, I have not. Scarlett Johansson, if you're free.
Who?
Scarlett Johansson.
Oh man.
Oh, is that the first
Black Widow? Yeah.
Oh.
ScarJo. Hey, not Thursday nights because I'm busy, but every other night of the week. What let me know. Let me know. Not Thursdays. I got a show with the boys, but no. Yeah, that's wild. Dominic Mysterio. He's just I don't know. It is wild, and I know Nicholas had problems with the story altogether. So.
Can I ask Dominic a question? I get he's in kayfabe and all that, but is it really a good idea to say that while your company's in the middle of a tremendous lawsuit with Vince McMahon, and they're probably going to be involved in the Ring Boy scandal stuff, and they're probably going to have to release all those NDAs? Is it really a good idea for you to basically say, yeah, that was not in the script. I did it myself. Does anyone not see a problem with that? Or
also, I say this, and not that it's a defense, it's an explanation. He's young, probably making a lot of money, and he's just saying whatever he wants. And it's there are definitely worse and I don't know that he made that up or not, but he's just yeah, whatever. I'm Dominic Mysterio. I think there's a part of Dominic Mysterio that thinks he's untouchable.
I don't know if
Yeah.
that's true. I mean,
I
we'll
kind
never
of get
know.
that feeling.
Probably, but listen, this is not going after Dominic this year. I respect that dude
Oh,
so
he's
much.
awesome.
He's awesome. He really is. And if you look at the other fan footage of him, he comes across like a nice guy. I don't mean this to disrespect you, Dom. So if I ever meet you one day, please don't eat me. But point is, you got to be careful if you're gonna, even if you're in character, you got to be careful nowadays with some of the stuff you say.
Yeah, I mean, it was like not even close to as bad as the Carlito thing, but it's like one of
Oh,
those things.
God.
It's like, could it have been worse? Yeah, but not great. Maybe let's not do that again.
Speaking of Liv Morgan, she announced on I think Logan, was it Logan Paul's podcast? Like, I don't know. I barely.
Chris Van Vliet.
Yes, or Chris. It was either Chris Van Vliet or Logan
I
Paul's.
know that she did Logan Paul's.
I believe it was on Logan Paul's podcast. She announced she has signed a 5-year contract with WWE.
I must say, congratulations, well deserved, Liv,
Yep.
well deserved.
Most improved.
Now watch her.
I think she's most improved because from her Riot Squad days, she was like, even though she was I think Ruby Riot was the best part of that faction.
Yeah.
That Riot Squad stuff was garbage. It's terrible. And
It's
remember
so
when
bad Sarah Logan is now gone.
I don't know if Sarah Logan's gone yet. I think is she still under contract with WWE?
She's still under contract, but she was with the Viking Raiders, and now they're the War Raiders, and she is not there.
Probably, but I mean, I don't know. Who knows? Who cares? Who let the dogs out? I hope she's doing a good time over there. But for Liv Morgan, I'm glad she's got locked up. She improved a lot. Her character work's been great, even though I hate this storyline that she did with Dominic and her. And nobody's ever convinced me of that. But what you cannot convince anyone on is that she's gotten worse because she's gotten better.
Yeah.
And she deserves it. And I can't wait to see what she does next. But I wonder what's going to happen now that Rhea's injured again, who they're going to put her with. Because
we talked about this a little bit from the Rhea side in our group chat, but we never talked about the Liv Morgan side, and we have a little bit of time. We got to get through Crown Jewel. But yeah, we have a little bit of time because this is pretty much the last topic before Crown Jewel. Let's talk about it because clearly the path was going to be Rhea and Liv probably up to the Rumble, and then whatever happens. But now we talked about it's probably going to be Liv and Rhea at WrestleMania, and now you're right because we talk about the women's division in Raw. Who the hell's going after Liv? That's legitimate. The only person that you thought could go after her is now her best friend. So I don't know.
Yeah, it's a tricky situation. Well, first things first, let's be real. It's pretty much not going to be confirmed if Rhea's healthy. She's winning that Rumble.
At this point, yeah.
I think she's winning that Rumble. Could they pull a swerve and do somebody else? Maybe, but I think she's a lock to win the Rumble, and she's going to take the title off of Liv at WrestleMania.
But in the meantime, who's going to challenge
It's a good question. But one thing's
Kyrie.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe.
Okay.
One thing's for sure, that War Games match between the Judgment Day is absolutely off now. Which is a shame because they could have done a War Games match between them. But yeah, I could see Io Sky do a match there. Maybe you could put Kairi Sane there. A sleeper you could maybe throw in. And I've heard her name sprinkled around because it's rumored she was maybe going to work in NXT. I could see Lita and Liv Morgan have a match together. I know you guys are probably...
Excuse the heavy eye roll.
I know, but I've heard her name was rumored that she was going to be wrestling, I think, in NXT.
Yes.
I could see her being used. I could maybe see Becky Lynch return. Or...
No, she has to now.
Yeah, or
instead
of Charlotte in the Bank cashing in on Nia Jax.
Yeah, okay.
Cashes in her Charlotte in the Bank on Liv Morgan. And
you know what?
Okay, so I like that. Let's go off of that really quick. So Liv eventually loses to Charlotte, and then a couple months go by. You have Liv overcome Charlotte with Raquel's help. and then Charlotte can do whatever she wants. She's Charlotte Flair. And then Rhea returns at the Rumble. Liv thinks she's chilling because she just beat Charlotte, and all of a sudden they do it like they did the men, right? She's up in the skybox watching the Rumble, hears Demon in Your Dreams hit, and they just pan to her, and her face is like ghost white, dropped, and mouth wide open. Dude, that would be awesome. I love that.
Hell yeah, I love that too.
I was gonna say that, and you know what I think would be really cool in that Royal Rumble match, and we're going way ahead here. Final two, I don't care what anyone says. Raquel, Rhea Ripley, final two in the Royal Rumble. That's what
they
I think
have a
needs to
long
happen.
history together.
Yeah. Hey,
we just
what
booked a
about
great
Bianca Belair?
WrestleMania show right there. We just booked a great WrestleMania build.
What do you got, Bernard?
Yeah, I said, don't forget you got Bianca Belair. I can see all three of them best friends, her, Rhea, and Raquel. So
All good
put
friends.
like what the final three.
I don't know what the heck they're doing with her and Jade Cargill. Like, aren't they going to have
I got an idea for them. You want to talk?
titles?
Well, yeah. I mean, that's a desire, hope, want, need, whatever you want to call it. Talk about War Games. Liv and Rhea scrapped, right? Obviously. We got a little situation going down in NXT. Lash Legend going again. Who's she with?
Jakara Jackson. Jakara Jackson. Yeah.
Jakara Jackson and Lash Legend. Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill. Sounds like 4 pieces of a women's war game match right there. And then they can fill it out with women's NXT superstars. Pull them up for one show or mix it.
Ooh, that could be interesting.
Because War Games debuted in WWE in NXT.
Well, War Games debuted in WCW, but
I'm saying when it debuted in WWE, it was in NXT.
Yes,
right.
Yes. But I don't know if they're going to do that. But that if they're going to have a women's War Games match, it has to be over those awful tag championships.
That's
I
fair.
don't see how else they could do one. I don't.
Well, I mean, I guess you couldn't put the tag titles up in a War Games match.
Probably not. I don't know. We'll see where they go from there. They're in a really tough situation.
Well, not if they burn them before then.
They should. They should burn it.
Let's get some torches, gentlemen. Let's go to Orlando and let's take matters into our own hands. Okay? And maybe theft over 1,000, maybe property damage. We may go to jail, but it's for the better good.
Well,
I'm willing to do it.
After we burn those titles, we should go deep into the Atlantic. We should use some scuba dive gear, and we should bury it in the sea.
We better hope no one lights those titles on fire because we just have a bunch of evidence of pre-planning of that. So please, everybody, behave. Let's get right into Crown Jewel.
Imagine if Tony D'Angelo's group just decides to steal those women tag titles and decides to burn it and
or sells them at a fucking pawn shop. That'd be funny as fuck.
Oh, bro, yeah.
Anyway, let's get into Crown Jewel. It's the WrestleMania of the East.
Saudi money.
Yeah, it's the Eastern Hemisphere. Oh, let's mention this really quick because it's a cool little topic that we mentioned in the group chat, but we didn't put in the show doc, and that's on me because I brought it to the group chat and I didn't add it. That's on Shake. Bad Shake. Conor McGregor said, "I'll see you soon" to Cody Rhodes after Cody Rhodes said he wanted to see Conor in WWE. And Nicholas mentioned the Saudi money. The ties to Saudi and UFC are already there. How sick would it be if Conor McGregor showed up at Crown Jewel? That'd be awesome.
Can't get Goldberg, so settle for Conor McGregor.
Oh, no, we can't get Goldberg.
I'm so sad.
Fuck that guy. Anyway. Back to the double champ doing what the fuck he wants. You think he shows up and gets involved in the what match does he have? Oh, it's against Gunther.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. I don't see him getting involved necessarily, but I hope he's at the show. I want Conor McGregor involved in WWE at some capacity because I think not only he was a great fighter, but his personality is what launched him to the superstardom he had. Let's be honest. He was one of the best talkers.
Man walk in the ring.
The arm, yes, dude. People still do that. It's insane. So I think having him not even wrestle, you don't have to have Conor McGregor wrestle. You don't. That'd be awesome, but you don't need him to at all.
Is he healthy? Because ever
I
since
don't
he had
think
that
so.
leg issue, he's never really been the same. I mean, he still could destroy me. And I hope if I ever meet the dude, he doesn't eat me. But
Yeah, 3 seconds, I'm done. If I get in an octagon with Conor McGregor, the bell rings, I take 2 steps forward, it's over.
no, the match ends in timidity with me. I'm just going to be the one that goes down like into a ball and is like, nah, like shaking back and forth. And I'm like, no, I don't want to do it.
You better hope Herb Dean ain't the referee because you're gonna die anyway.
Oh, God.
Anyway, let's get into the matches. It's been a fun conversation. We're funny. Sports for you. Hey, listen, we just here to make the people laugh, have a good time on a Thursday night. Appreciate the gas,
Especially
my
on a
friend.
Halloween, dude. I hope you're spooked out from us speaking with you right now. Ooh.
Listen, we did have that scary Adam Cole story last week, but
Oh, God.
six-man tag team match. Roman Reigns and the Usos are back together. The OG bloodline. They're here. They're ready to roll. This is going to be awesome. I'm more excited for this match than any other.
Yeah. I'll start with this prediction. So at first I want to go with the Usos and Roman Reigns and all, but something tells me if they're gonna go on with the War Games match and possibly The Rock get involved, let Solo's bloodline go ahead and take this match. Let's go ahead and let I got Solo Sikoa and Jacob Fatu them win this match, and then have them set up the War Games. Set up the match at War Games and have Roman side win that match at War Games.
I like it. Nicholas, what you got?
I'm sorry, I just read the chat right now. Okay,
There's no harassment going on in chat, so that's good.
Jesus Christ.
I love Griffies.
I don't even know what Griffies are, so.
The Air Maxes?
Yeah.
No, the only Griffies I know is like Ken Griffey Jr. and Ken Griffey.
Yeah, that's the one.
They're his shoes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they're his shoes?
Not his personal shoes, but they made a shoe for him.
So it's like the Jordan shoe.
Yes.
Oh.
But Ken Griffey got his own Nike Air Maxes. And they have his like swing on it. It's cool. I like the Griffies a lot. But yeah, your prediction
I'm sorry, I'm getting off topic here. Back in this match, the new bloodline has to win this match. They got to have a win going into War Games. And let's be real, Solo Sikoa is such a loser that I'm shocked he hasn't gotten the word loser tattooed on his forehead or something, or like painted, because he's lost so many times. And I really want to try with Solo's character. I really do, but I just can't. And I will say one thing. Him and Sami Zayn getting pulled aside while the Usos sneak and watch is very interesting, because say what you want about Solo, he was nice with Sami Zayn until Sami betrayed, the group at Royal
Solo
Rumble.
was pretty much all Sami had at one point.
Exactly. But I think what I think is going to happen, new bloodline are going to win this match. I think The Rock's going to show up on the show, because you have to have The Rock. Like, I like that The Rock returned on, what was the pay-per-view he returned on? I can't
Bad Blood.
remember. Bad Blood. I like that he returned, but ever since he showed up, he's barely been mentioned. It's weird. Like, this is one of your top wrestlers of all time, and they've barely mentioned him.
I like the omnipotence of that, though. I like how he's just this overwhelming character that you don't need to talk about, but you know he's there. And like maybe that's what they're going for, but you're right. It is a little weird. They're not even Solo's like, yeah, well, we got the. Maybe they don't because they want to seem like they can do it on their own. Maybe that's why.
Probably, but no matter what, I think Rock definitely has got to show up on Sweet Saudi Money. I don't even think he's shown up on a Sweet Saudi Money show once.
No.
And if his schedule dictates it, I think he'll show up. I think he'll interrupt the match. Solo Sikoa, Fatu, and the Tongans will win. That's what I think is going to happen. I do wonder, though, who do you think? I think the three that got to be in that match is Solo, Tama Tonga and Jacob Fatu. I do not want to see Tonga Loa in this match. No offense to him,
The
he's not
botch
good.
machine.
He's not good, Tonga Loa.
Listen, the most basic things he can't do. Okay, let's just. I
The
understand.
Lobo Riot.
And nobody wants to be mean. Well, some fans do. Let's be honest. We've all been on Twitter. Some people just want to be mean. On this show, I like to think we don't want to be mean. I think it comes from a founded place of what we see and things like that. And I think we're really fair. Tonga sucks.
He's terrible.
He can't hold the damn belt right. Like, it's Velcro, dog. You don't even got to unbuckle it anymore. It's Velcro. Rip it off, hold it up like a normal. Sidebar, that was months
not
ago.
As bad as the Great Khali holding the title upside down that one time.
After he just won it. Brand new world champion. Down. Up the fuck side down. Listen,
Speaking of Great Khali, did you hear he got a tattoo on his neck?
The fuck did he do that for?
I have no idea.
All right.
I gotta find the video on my phone. Like, I have it saved somewhere. Apparently, Khali got a tattoo on his neck. He got what they call in the business the career killer.
Unless you're Cody, then it makes you cool. But yeah, I agree with you guys. I think the new Bloodline is going to win. And it's going to lead to War Games. Next match, the first ever Crown Jewel Championship match. It's a commemorative title that the winner just gets to keep. It is not going to be shown on any show but the Saudi show. They'll just take it home. It'll be like a trophy for them. It's a really cool belt. I'm glad it's not going to be on TV. It's a little much for me for TV, but it's really cool. Cody Rhodes versus Gunther.
I'm going Gunther. I think Gunther's got to win because you got to have Cody build something up for Bloodline. And again, this could be the match where The Rock shows up again, or the Tongans get involved, or the Bloodline 2.0. And Gunther's been fantastic with this, even though I hate that Raw superstars and SmackDown superstars are just allowed to roam crazy on either show when there's a brand split going on. But that's besides the point. Gunther's been amazing. He needs to get rewarded with this belt. More championships, the better for him. He deserves it. Gunther.
Bernard.
I don't know. I'm probably going to go with maybe Cody. I got Cody Rhodes. I don't know what's the status of Goldberg or whatever. And I'm reading
he's
that, but
he's not booked. He's not booked on the show.
He's not booked.
No,
okay,
I think he's getting inducted into a Hall of Fame that night. I think it's either his high school Hall of Fame or I don't know, some sort of Hall of Fame. I know he's busy that time, so unless he's got that sweet Saudi money for a private jet, I doubt he shows up.
Yeah,
Gunther.
I agree with you guys. I think Gunther's winning the match. I agree with more championships, the better. I could see Bloodline interference because it seems like Cody Rhodes will somehow be involved in War Games. But would either of you gentlemen be surprised if Kevin Owens shows up instead and costs Cody the match?
No, I would not be surprised.
We haven't seen him on TV since he beat Cody Rhodes up at Bad Blood. And he's been going on social media with these promos. I love that WWE is doing that, utilizing talent that's not on television when they know he's not on TV on purpose because they want to build the suspense and everything behind that. And they're allowing him to do those promos to keep attention on the story. And I think it's phenomenal. I think the more you can do, the better.
I'm sorry to interrupt you. Not only that, they're playing because everyone knows his contract is expiring soon.
Yeah.
And they're playing that up. I'm pretty sure Kevin Owens is signed to a new deal. But I think they're going to play that up a little bit where he'll probably say he'll leave the company or something like that. Or I don't know. But point is, I like what they're doing here. And I'm excited to see what they do. In fact, since we're talking about Kevin Owens, let's just go do that match now.
Okay.
Kevin Owens, Randy Orton.
I think KO wins. I think he's been taking a lot of losses. I think against a guy like Orton, who doesn't need to win at this point in his career, he could lose 50 matches in a row and be in a WWE championship match the next week. No one would bat a damn eye. It doesn't matter. He's earned that kind of equity in his career. I think this win goes to Kevin Owens. I think something happens there where it gets personal with Randy Orton, and then Kevin Owens just puts him away and then stays around backstage and ends up in the Cody Rhodes match.
Yeah, KO winning. He needs it.
I think this is the easiest match to predict. Kevin Owens wins, Randy Orton builds up. Something that I want to bring into detail, when Randy Orton was helping Cody out and he was giving the belt to Cody, you could tell his viper eyes were looking at that title.
He likes
Pretty
it.
sure they're gonna have a match soon. Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
Likes that belt.
Sorry,
He's
Royal
aware of
Rumble.
his history. He knows he's tied with Triple H on that title.
No, he's not.
They both got 14.
Oh shoot! I thought Triple H. Damn, I think Triple H got 15. I'm sorry. Damn.
Yeah, they
Okay.
both have 14, and then Rick and John are both at 16. So
16.
that would put him
Well,
alone at number
Rick
2.
technically has Rick's titles are technically in the 20s, but WWE has it in 16 for some reason.
Because not all of them were in WWF, WWE, or WCW, which became a WWE.
Yes,
product.
exactly. So the number's higher for Rick, but for kayfabe purposes, for WWE history, they're going to give
Right.
16.
Yeah, and it's like if John Cena won an NWA title, they wouldn't have counted it. I mean, they did. Dusty Rhodes won title after title, 0 WWF, WWE, WWF, actually, when he first came in. But anyway, yeah, that's pretty much consensus on that one. Let's just get this out of the way. I think it's a bathroom break match. We love Liv. Sorry, it's not you. It's really not. It's Nia. And if Tiffany isn't in this match, there's no way in hell Nia should win. I think this is going to end up being a Liv victory. They want to keep building her up clearly. I love the phrase you used, most improved. And I don't think there's a better way to describe Liv Morgan. Not only is she winning championships, but her performance in the ring is legitimate, night and day difference. She can actually wrestle now. Her finishing move, I think, is weird because it needs to be in only certain spots, but whatever. She's done a phenomenal job. I think this is her match.
All right. I think I'm gonna go on a little upset here. I'm thinking I'm gonna go upset. And if you haven't watched the Watch Along Party, I've mentioned this, what I'm gonna mention now. I think I'm gonna go with an upset. I'm gonna have Tiffany Stratton cashes in and win and win the WWE Women's Championship and the Crown Jewel Championship. But if push come to shove, I'm okay with Liv winning. Like I said, Nia Jax doesn't need this match. Like I said, she already got Queen of the Ring. She already got her championship. They're like, there's no need for her to win this match. It has to be Liv. And then with Rhea Ripley injury, that could put the icing on the cake for Liv Morgan to win this match for real and make her a bigger, heel champion of the time being. So my first prediction, I'll go with an upset. Tiffany Stratton cashes in. None of them win it but her. But I go with my secondary option that Liv Morgan should win this match.
I like it. Get Nia Jax off my TV. She stinks. She botches crazy. I mean, I lost track how many times she's injured somebody. Get her out. Send her down to NXT. I don't want to see her ever again. Get that title off of her. Have her lose with Liv Morgan getting the Crown Jewel Championship. Have Raquel injure Nia Jax. Then you have Tiffany Stratton come in, cash in, take the title off of her. Have the rematch at SmackDown. And then send her straight down to NXT. So yeah,
It'll be interesting. I think we all kind of agree we're not here for the Nia Jax show anymore. Next match going down the list here. It's been really impressive, and the fact that Seth Rollins can reach this level still without a championship, with a guy who was kind of floundering before he had the attack on Seth Rollins. This match is going to be awesome. It's something I'm actually excited for. Bronson Reed versus Seth frickin' Rollins.
Do you think before I give my prediction, do you think there's gonna be a trilogy of matches here? Okay, so I think I'm going with Bronson Reed winning the first one.
Yes, I think there's going to be more matches of this. I think
Okay.
the original plan was for Braun Strowman and Bronson Reed to have a match on the show, but Braun got hurt.
Yeah.
And so they had to go with Seth Rollins here. I do think a trilogy is coming for those two. A, Bronson Reed deserves it. B, I think Seth Rollins, I don't think he's going to wrestle as much as he normally would because of all of his injuries. It's amazing he's still doing what he's doing in the ring. But yeah, I think it's going to be a trilogy.
I do too. I think Bronson Reed will also win this match. I agree with you guys. And you talk about Seth Rollins and not doing as much as he used to. I agree with that. But man, that segment they had on Monday, Seth went through some tables, man. He's still taking a beating. Like, he's ready to go. I'm honestly a little surprised he was taking bumps like that.
Dude, I'm surprised he wears as many jackets to the ring. Did you see like he was ripping off and he had like 3 jackets on or something like that?
Well, it was like a blue jacket that was a zip up, but what he had underneath was not a jacket. It was
It
his
looked
shirt.
like a jacket.
Yeah, because it had a zipper on it, but that was his shirt. And like a lot of people on the internet were freaking out that he took off.
What type of shirt has a zipper on it?
It's high fashion. I don't understand it. I don't get paid millions of dollars to make clothes that
If
don't
you have
make
a zipper on where your shirt is, that's a jacket. That's not a shirt.
Not if you don't wear anything underneath it.
I don't understand what you mean by that, but okay.
No, like you don't wear anything underneath a t-shirt. That's what I'm saying. I think he was just wearing that.
Oh, okay. Probably.
Yeah, but pretty much consensus there. 2 more matches to get through here. We got a couple of minutes. Let's just get this out of the way again. Fatal 4-way tag team match, women's tag team belts. If it's not Lash Legend and Jakara Jackson, I don't understand what we're doing, but go ahead, guys.
Man, this is hard. Cause see, I like 3 out of the 4 tag team matches, tag teams that's in that match. But I got Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill winning. Now, I would not be mad if Lash Legend and Jakara Jackson win it, like I was telling y'all for the past couple of weeks. Put the titles on Lash Legend and Jakara. Metaphor, let them take them down to NXT, see what they can do with the titles. But being that the NXT women's division is on fire, hey, put the titles on them. Let them see what they can do down there.
I could care less about this match.
Amen.
I'd rather watch paint dry than these women tag belts being on my television.
Gosh.
I'm serious. I want them gone. I could care less about any of these tag matches. I don't care. There's no division. None. I'm not even joking. Before Lash Legend and what's her face joined, I couldn't even name another tag team on the show. Like, except for maybe Damage Control. Couldn't name another one. What do you expect me to name the Scooby-Doo group? You know,
they're not
even, and they're fighting for their jobs at this point. But as for this match, I don't know. Who knows? Who cares? We'll let the dogs out. Jade Cargill.
Jade Cargill. Okay. Cool.
Jade Cargill's my prediction, Shake. I'm thinking it's Jade Cargill and Bianca. But who cares? Just get a dumpster, light the dumpster full of flames. I want to see the flames like ECW style and throw the belts in there.
Yeah.
Have a Kane Pyro thing go off, too.
We're talking about the United States Championship bout. Triple threat Andrade, Carmelo Hayes, and LA Knight. Yeah. Gonna be a good one. I think this is a contender to steal the show, honestly. I think these 3 are gonna have an excellent match.
Honestly, this is the match I'm looking forward to the most.
That's fair.
And shout out to Carmelo and Andrade. They've had beautiful matches on SmackDown, and I'm glad they're getting on a pay-per-view. LA Knight's run has been very disappointing to me. I mean, it's not terrible, but it's not been great. I don't know if they're going to take the title off of him yet.
Probably not.
But if they do, Carmelo Hayes should be the champion, but I think it's going to be LA Knight that escapes this with the win. And I think the next pay-per-view, they should have Carmelo and LA Knight have a match together. I think that would be fun. But yeah, I just don't see how LA Knight loses unless like something happens where like Carmelo pins Andrade and then they have another match in the next pay-per-view. But I don't know. What do you guys think?
I got LA Knight winning, but that's when they're gonna have a individual 1-on-1 for the championship between Andrade and LA Knight and Carmelo Hayes and LA Knight. And I think Carmelo Hayes is gonna be the one to take the title off him, just not yet.
Yeah, I like it. I think I'm rocking with LA Knight here too. And that's pretty much going to do it for us here, folks. Appreciate everybody hanging out. We'll be live Saturday afternoon, special start time, Saudi Arabian show at 1 p.m. Eastern. The boys will be hanging out, reacting to all of the matches. And don't forget to follow all the boys on social media. All our handles are right here for all social media channels. Also, go follow Stadium Rant on all their socials and check out stadiumrant.com for more articles on your favorite teams, players, and leagues. And as always, if you're not down with that, we got just 2 words for you. Acknowledge.